Grace and peace to you, Linden family. Today, we pause not simply to report, but to give thanks and to look ahead with faith. What I share in these moments reflects years shaped by perseverance and the steady guidance of God. This is not my story, but our story, sustained by the hand of grace. In reflecting on the last 6.5 years, one truth is clear. Meaningful progress rarely follows a predictable course. Our time together unfolded through uncertainty, adjustment, and renewal. Yet at every turn, God remained present, ordering each of our steps. We've worshiped in changing conditions, served amid shifting realities, and discovered new ministry mediums along the way. I suppose you can say that it's a chapter that stretched us while revealing something essential. God's church doesn't flourish based on a set of circumstances. It flourishes when His children remain faithful regardless of circumstances. So what follows is not a set of achievements, but a testimony. Evidence that when God's people stay committed, great things are realized. Mission has been central to who we are, but our pursuit has broadened in significant ways. We came to understand more clearly that the work of the church must extend beyond its walls and into the lives of those around us. As a result, the work of evangelism and community engagement became increasingly entwined. Faith communicated not only through proclamation, but through presence. Departmental initiatives were reshaped with an outward focus, asking how ministry could meet people where they are. And where possible, we partnered with community agencies already addressing pressing needs. But these collaborations, I must tell you, were not solely motivated by growth efforts, but to our duty to compassion. In such instances, faith was not merely spoken, it was embodied. And so whether through pulpit witness, service, or personal relationships, mission was a continued priority. In fact, it's during this period that the Linden Church experienced a gross increase of more than 175 members, a quantitative affirmation that God continues to draw lives to Himself and that He remains interested in using us to grow His kingdom.
We tend to forget that we have been blessed.
Commitment is the single word that best describes the financial stewardship of my pastoral tenure. Indeed, the economic downturn during the pandemic required careful and sometimes austere measures, consolidating operations and making prudent decisions to ensure sustainability. Amazingly though, ministry never stalled. In fact, our operations continued without disruption. Our members were faithful, and the work of our church yielded fruit each year. This commitment translated into a net increase of 10% in tithe contributions and a net increase of 3% in local contributions. And for this I say, to God be the glory, great things He has done. Earlier this year, we came to appreciate the opportunities in proximity to our campus. Opportunities related to youth development, educational support, and physical health. Now, when viewed through the lens of Christ's ministry, these are not peripheral concerns, they are central concerns. Well, it's this acknowledgement that shaped the relaunch of Adventure in Faith, a comprehensive plan that aligns outreach opportunities with physical plant improvements. As such, on December 13th of this year, our church voted a development plan valued at $2.3 million, featuring the retrofitting of our crystal ballroom for ministry and community events, the upgrade of our sanctuary space, and the inclusion of a studio that will amplify our voice in the marketplace. As it turns out, I will not oversee this plan from blueprint to completion. But the transition of leadership should not hinder the future that awaits us. What's at stake is not merely a building, but influence. Not just improvement, but real ministry. If those before us prepared a place for us to be blessed, then perhaps our calling is to prepare a place that will one day bless others. Dearly beloved, today marks the close of my time as your senior pastor. It culminates a chapter that's seemingly just begun. But God has been faithful, and I am grateful. Thank you for opening your hearts to me and to my family. Thank you for the sacred trust you placed in me, and for the grace when I didn't get it right. I will long remember the friendships forged at Linden, our special moments and the memories we created together. Now I know experiences may have an expiration date, but memories do last forever. Looking ahead, I'm encouraged. The foundation remains strong, the lessons behind us are meaningful, but the possibilities before us are enormous. The future calls for deeper discipleship, broader service, and continued unity. It calls our attention once more to God's leading and the urgency of our responsiveness to the needs near us. It has been the honor of my life to have journeyed with you in this season, and no doubt those to come will require courage. But know that you're not walking alone. The same God who equipped us in this season will do so in the next. So I say, may the Lord bless you and keep you. And may the Lord bless the lovely Linden Church. Maranatha.
We are Linden. When you are dispatched, you are Linden. So I want you to look at the camera and just say together at the count of 3, we are Linden. Can you do that? All right, after 3. 1, 2, 3. Put your hands together one more time as you are seated in the presence of the Lord.